I am pumped up, as you can see from the previews. I love that movie, all of them together. We're going to go over some very exciting stuff. I'm especially excited to have this webinar because I've got a few days under my belt with the Simplifier, which you can see a little bit of that I was showing there. So hopefully this will be we're going to record this, so if those of you that are familiar with the GoToWebinar format, if you could let me know you can hear me okay, the audio is good, we're going to get a good clean recording, and just maybe raise your hand or send me a quick message. And here they come, and boy, here come the people. So what does everybody wait till 1 minute after to join? Anyway, that's fine. We're going to give it a second, and we're going to go over some great stuff this evening. The Simplifier in particular is one thing, but we're going to go over the whole opportunity with wealth generators and give you some news as well. And then I've got a very special guest, my buddy Michael Alexander, who's an expert at the compensation. He's going to cover that. And buckle up, because it's going to be a great webinar. So with that, I'm going to start the recording, and we're going to get it on. So here we go. Let's start with, this is pretty much going to be the very first webinar that I'm doing. You might call full tilt boogie. We're just going to go for it. We're all in with wealth generators. We're going to do our A-team thing that we've been doing for many years with a couple different companies. And I thank all of you for getting on. This is being recorded. I know we'll put it up on YouTube in about 30 minutes after the webinar. But let's kind of go ahead and get started. We're going to talk tonight about something I've been waiting for. I feel like I've been in training like Rocky my whole career for this company, because all the pieces are there. Everything's put together, and it's got really something for everyone, especially if you just want to make money. You might not want to recruit, you might not want to build a big team, and we have something for you as well. But everybody, folks, and I mean everybody in the world, wants to make money, especially if they don't have to do anything. Just watch it, right? So let's get started. Let me tell you a little bit about why everybody's telling me that they're literally not sleeping. They're losing sleep. Several people in our Skype room are saying, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Boy, it's about time. We've went through so many companies and had hopes and dreams just crushed. Well, I think we found it. In fact, I know we did. So this is very exciting, and I will warn you, you probably will lose a little sleep, because you're going to be saying, what if this keeps up for many, many months and years to come? We have 3 pages of new people, and I don't know most of you, so I'm going to introduce myself in a second. But for those of you that are or not familiar with the GoToWebinar format, there's a button on your panel that you can ask questions. I really love questions. Those of you that have been with me for a while, I'm really big on service, support, helping everybody, but in particularly answering questions. So don't feel I'm not going to say your name when you type in a question. I'm just going to help you at the end. I won't be able to do them as we're going through the webinar, but I will cover them at the end, so be sure to do that. I'm just going to introduce myself real quick. My name is Gary Wood, for those of you that don't know me. I live near Lake Tahoe, Nevada, a little town called Genoa. Genoa is the very first settlement in Nevada, and it has the oldest bar, and it's the oldest town in the whole state. I'm one of those crazy adrenaline junkies. I was in special forces, and it kind of stuck when I got out. I've raced motorcycles. I love to fly fish. I've taught hang gliding for years. I've kind of done it all. I thought settling down on a golf course would do it, but it didn't. I'm still going crazy. So that's where I get a lot of the energy. Even, I'm not going to say my age. I'm going to let you guess from that right there when I kind of got started, okay? But I've had a lot of success. I haven't been with a lot of companies, but I've been at the top of each one that I've worked with, and I'm very excited to work with this one and kind of close out my career, frankly, and build this up, take a couple years and just go all out and kind of be done. That's kind of where my head's at. So you're listening to somebody that does have a lot of experience, and I do know what I'm talking about in terms of building a team and helping everybody go along with us. The industries that I've mostly been excited about in my entire career are, of course, network marketing. Back in 1987, when I started with a company called A.L. Williams, a lot of people don't think that was MLM traditionally, but it was recruiting and building and overriding other people. And I found out very quickly, and rose kind of to the top of that comp plan with the national sales director, that I was pretty good at this stuff. So I had a great career, made over $1 million several years, and the insurance business taught me a lot, and a lot about people and I've learned a lot from my military background in the special forces as well. So network marketing has been kind of a favorite thing of mine. And of course, trading. I've been in the Forex business off and on for about 11 years, and I think we've merged, two of the most powerful businesses into one amazing business model with wealth generators. I'm going to cut right to the chase and get to the exciting part, okay? The Simplifier trade copier is kind of breaking news in the industry. It's something I'm sure Michael will comment on in a minute, but it's just taken the entire world by storm about this new technology, not just being able to copy a trade, but the traders and the way that they're doing things. This is completely different than it's ever been done. It's called the fxsimplifier. It's a way for you to open up your own brokerage account, connect it to a professional trader or series of traders, and kind of forget about it. You really don't have to do anything. I found in my career that's kind of what everybody wants. They want to make money without recruiting. They want to make money without really doing anything. But a funny thing happens when they start making money. They turn into massive recruiters because they can start showing their statements or their checks. So what if there was really a legitimate way to passively tap into this huge Forex market, right? I've seen 100 different deals, copiers, guys you can get signals from. I've seen it all. I've been around the block and back twice. This is the most amazing thing. I'm going to actually show you the results in a second that I've ever seen, because it's got something for everyone. So from my perspective as a team builder and a leader, I really am looking at non-MLM people who have mutual funds, money market accounts, all kinds of money sitting everywhere. Who would not want to have these type of returns? Even if the thing got 5% a month, folks, that's 60% a year compounded daily. So it's a huge market that's going to take off. I know for sure the company can handle it. That's really what they've been testing, and a lot of the times people are going, why can't they hurry up and do this and turn me on? Well, they're doing it right, and they really want to make sure that once this onslaught starts, that the Simplifier system can handle the pressure of what's about to come, and it can. I know they talked the other day about 200,000 deals per millisecond being able to hit that thing, and it still performs flawlessly. So we're in for a ride of epic proportion, okay? What if your MT4 account could be 100% auto-traded? Folks, let me just tell you flat out, it means you set it up and you turn it on and forget about it. You do nothing, absolutely no learning, no training, no closing trades, no studying charts, nothing. Now, if you want to do that, the company has a fantastic training division to help you learn how to trade on your own. But frankly, myself, I like to go play, right, as you can see. I like to be making money when I'm sleeping. I love to be making money when I'm riding my dirt bike, my motorcycle, fly fishing, and all the one spending time with my family. I love making money without being there. That's called residual passive income. That's really what all of you want as well. I already know that. But believe me, when you see what I'm about to show you, you might think, maybe right, not off the bat, but maybe in a month or two or a few weeks, you might think about telling somebody, because now you have something real to show them. What a difference, huh? What if the initial setup took 10 minutes one time and you had full control over your account? You don't like what's going on, you turn it off. Now, I've got all the disclosures on lots of things here because we're very compliant at Wealth Generators, okay? The stuff I'm going to show you is my own personal trading account, and you can lose money in the market. If that wasn't true, it wouldn't be real, folks. If you see something that never loses, run. It's a scam. It's not real, because in the market, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the MLA thing later that's never lost in 2 years over one day, ever. But that's a little bit later after we talk about the Simplifier. So what if that were true? Now, if that were true and it actually performed, and you could actually see it happen in your own account without somebody hyping you or telling me how great it is, you'd get excited, wouldn't you? Well, I already know that, right? So it's a hands-free trade copier. Set and forget it. It's called the fxsimplifier, and what it is a series of traders feed signals to the Simplifier, and it instantly copies into your accounts all over the world, instantaneously. I'm going to actually show you some, if there's a live trade, if we're in something right now, I'm actually going to show you that as well. But that's it. Now, that's very duplicatable. Well, what do I have to learn? Nothing. We have to set it up. How long is that? A few minutes. I don't know. I can help you go through the process. But so how many people do I have to recruit? 0. How much can I make? Well, I can show you what it's been making. I can't promise you. If I had a crystal ball, folks, I wouldn't be doing the webinar, right? And you wouldn't be on it either. So what I'm trying to get at is this is dirt simple. And that, folks, is the key to duplication in our industry. Now, I really believe that documentation beats conversation, and especially hype. How many times in the last, let's just say 13 months, have you been hyped up and told you wake up in the morning and you turn on this magical fantasy screen and you have all this money and you just get all excited? What if that were true every morning and it was actually real? That'd be fun, wouldn't it? In my account, folks, that I have with the company, this was on the 15th. This is how much I made in one day. Actually, it was one night. I love getting up now because I'm scrambling for the phone trying to turn on the app to see what I did. The very next day, which was the 16th, I'm pretty sure that's today, $2,680. And I started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, about 6.5 days ago, started the account with $50,000. It's made $15,242 for a total tradable amount starting tonight or whenever they do the next trade of 65 grand. Now, that's pretty exciting. You know, blue's good, red's not. That's as simple as this becomes. Frankly, I know a lot about trading, but most people don't, and not only that, they don't want to know. There's a lot to it. I know people that spend full-time 8 hours, 10 hours a day for years, and they don't obtain these results. So how exciting is that? This is the actual statement. Remember, these are based on my own trading account. Your results will vary. Trading contains risk and all that. If you can adjust the settings, I'm going to show you in a second, but here's my actual account. Here's the profit and loss, right? I haven't taken any withdrawals. Here's the deposit, and here's the total tradable amount. So when you have an account like this, say this starts tonight, I'm not going to be trading my percent, and my risk and my margin percent won't be based on the 50, it's based on the current balance. So you know what that means. That's higher, right? So who's getting a little bit excited? This is my real account, folks. Now, this is what the Simplifier looks at. Looks like this is my actual account. This is a snapshot. Again, green is good, red's not. But let me just remind you, the bottom line is this, okay? If you don't see trades that are losing in some deal you're being pitched, run, because it's not true. Now, I don't care if they lose. I don't care if they lose a bunch, as long as they make money overall, more than I can make somewhere else. Now, this is substantially more than you can make, and that's what we all want. Some people, a lot of people probably on the webinar, have been working their whole life trying to get ahead. They kind of got behind, life happened, their family, they didn't save, they cashed in their IRA, whatever the case is, and frankly, they need to catch up quick to get where they want to be. This is the answer. Let me pull live Simplifier. Here we go. So for example, you can go here, okay, oops, trade history from the provider, which is the company, since inception, started June 1, and you go back and all the trades they've ever done. You can trade history follower, which is in this case me or you, and you can see what you've done since you've been turned on. On your profile, you can go through and change everything, turn it on, turn it off, change your details. You can go and change your accounts. You can do the settings. Right now, at this particular point in time, I have a 10% risk factor with 100% margin, but there's a lot of money in the account. I want to copy the trades if they're in a range of 10%, and I can change any of this anytime I want. I can go to 1% and change it. I can go to 20% and change it, and so forth. And make sure I don't forget. Leave it there for now. And you're in complete charge and control of your account. So I made sure that I put it back to 10, and I've been updated, and I'm cool. The signal providers talks about, wealth generators experts. So this is this might look new or different for those of you that don't have this turned on yet, but it's very simple. Very, very easy. Notifications, password change, super simple stuff. Okay, but here's the bottom line. Every morning when I get up, I turn this baby on and I hit refresh. Let's see if there's any, nope, no live trades right now. It would show right up here, and it would see if it's red pips or green pips, if it's making money or if it's not at the moment. This morning when I got up, I was in profit. So of course I jumped on the Skype room and all that stuff. And I cautioned everybody. I said, you know, so many of you have asked me to give you daily results. And frankly, I kind of don't like doing that because, you know, if they're up that day, it looks great, right? For marketing purposes, but it's not going to be up every day with this product. There are going to be days overall that it loses, but I don't care. I just want it to make a lot of money over a period of a month because I'm going to take withdrawals monthly. Now you can do that anytime you want. You're in full control. That's just me. But the point is, if you watch it and look at it every day, you're going to be depressed if there's a losing day and you're going to be excited if there's not. Don't do that, okay? Just understand that trading is trading. There's going to be losses. But so far in, well, let's just look. I think I have it documented here. And again, you can't, you know, you don't know what's going to happen, right? Right now, in 6.5 trading days, it's up over a little 30.48% on my account at my settings and so forth. That's pretty exciting, right? So I'm pumped up. What can I say? I'm excited because the last company we were with, I couldn't show those kind of results. Part of my marketing plan was, you know, I was pitched you know, it's the fantastic results of all these traders and here's their histories. I couldn't get any documentation that was even true. It's found out that, you know, the minute we started, none of them started winning. They all started losing. You know, it was a disaster. So with this company, I'm not afraid to show you what it's doing. There's a couple losses in the last few trades, but they're mostly wins. So overall, we've got a pretty excited guy right here, right? So think about that as we go through this part now, and then we'll end up with a comp and we'll ask for some questions. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. So, you know, everybody wants to do this, but it's so hard. It's so hard to build a big team with nutritional companies. Whatever you're doing, it takes so much work, and it's so hard to overcome everybody's objections. You know what I'm talking about. You call them up and they say, what is it this week? You know, we're going to get rich again. I mean, how many times are you going to cry wolf and tell people that, you know, I found the Holy Grail, it's going to be great? Pretty soon, each deal that doesn't work, folks, you lose a little bit of credibility, and that's just normal. But if you like money type stuff, this stuff with Forex is the only, you know, real chance the average person has to make a lot of money without building a massive team. Because you can do it from both the trading initially, and then as you do trade, like I said before, you will turn into a recruiter unless you just want to hide this from your friends and relatives that you're making all this money. I had a guy tell me the other day, he goes, you know, one time I joined a company and I didn't want to tell my neighbors and my family because they, you know, MLM, oh God, not again, whatever. And so he didn't. A year later, he became incredibly successful and he bought a new car. And he moved into a new neighborhood. He had his friends over that he's known since high school, and he said, what in the world is going on here? What do you mean? Well, you get a new house, you got this new car, what's going on? You hit the lotto? He said, no, I started working with this company about a year ago. He said, how long? A year ago? Yeah. I thought we were friends. We are. What do you mean? He says, well, why didn't you tell me about it a year ago? I didn't think you'd be interested. Not interested in making money? Why don't you at least tell me about it? Let me make up my own mind, ex-friend. So that story has sat with me for years. That's why I'm not afraid to try something new. And frankly, we had a pretty good thing going with our last company all the way around. And I think a good coach can call a play in the middle of the game and change the strategy. So that's really what we've done. So putting your money to work for you is really the only chance you have is to getting some of those dreams of traveling, maybe a motorhome, a second home, you know, doing things for the grandkids, whatever you want to do. Let's face it, it's tough to make money. So if you find something that's real, you better latch onto it, and that's really what we've done here. Let's talk a little bit about the company. I've got to meet everybody except Mario, okay? The founders are not afraid to have you Google them. Let me put it that way. Okay, you can check them out. They're incredibly successful traditional business people and in the world of trading. They're incredibly successful. I've never met a nicer guy than Ryan. Ryan's a fantastic, just a great guy. He understands leadership. He appreciates things. And, you know, he calls me and I said, well, you got to hate to bug you, Ryan, because, hey, you call me for anything. So I really, really love working with this company. They're very transparent. Again, you can check them out. They've got, you know, Michael, if you could talk about the acquisition when they sold their stock brokerage firm, but this is a really big deal with an all-star lineup of people behind it. So Wealth Generator has been around a while, a few years now, and they show people traditionally how to find money. Now, this is my background with financial services back to A.L. Williams. I used to talk to people about starting this financial plan with a mutual fund or a cash value insurance policy, and they said, great. I'd love to do that, man, but I don't have any money. I said, oh, well, what if I could find the money that you're already spending so you don't have to come out of pocket and it doesn't hurt you? Well, that would be different. So this company has tremendous tools that can help you find more money to trade with. How about that? In fact, I've got 4 webinars already planned with some slides from the past and exactly how to do that to beef up your brokerage account. We just talked about how to grow your money. I can sure show you how to enjoy it, right? And then we can learn how to give back, because if you have enough to take care of yourself, a lot of people say, you know, I'd love to give, Gary, but I got to take care of myself first. I get it. I've been around a long time, folks. But believe me, if you can get to the point, and I've been there a couple times, where you're really starting to enjoy it, it makes sense to give and help other people and give back. So that's kind of what the company is all about, is showing people how to find and use the money they already have, grow it, have fun with it, and give. Now, Michael's probably not going to talk about the car thing. I call it the car thing. It's not a car allowance. But if you can build this up, and it may take you a couple of years. You might take off and go crazy right off the bat because this really works. But instead of giving a car allowance and giving a person $400 a month or $600 a month to try to qualify for a car they have no credit and they can't qualify for anyway, ding, ding, ring a bell. This company will actually give you a car. He said, go pick out, Ryan told me, he says, go pick an $80,000, $90,000 car out and we'll give you the pink slip and the keys. I said, now we're talking. Now you have my attention, because that, folks, is different than anything I've ever seen. Michael, I'm sure you probably know that. So we try to find money you didn't know you had. You'd be surprised the things that this company does that I already kind of know how to do. So we're going to teach you that, you know, changing deductibles, all kinds of cool stuff, okay, to give you more money to trade with, to put in your account. The best strategies for creating available money in your existing finances through budgeting, tax elimination, and tax itself. Not going to get into that in depth tonight. I just want to tell you a little bit about what else the company has. Step-by-step training created by financial experts, and boy, they are. Being a financial guy myself, I knew exactly what questions to ask quickly to know if these guys really knew what they were talking about. You know what you follow me? And boy, do they. They really, really know what they're talking about when it comes to money and finances, because they're all incredibly successful. And frankly, none of them need to be doing anything. That's how much money they have from the acquisition and the selling of their own their past company. So eliminating debt and maximizing the tax advantages of having a home-based business. I've got a really cool slide in one of my training things on the average person would save $600 a month in their net on their taxes if they had a home-based business. We have you complete a 30-day money miracle challenge to discover additional money free. So this has got a lot of cool stuff involved with money. Okay, so I know everybody's thinking, well, that's great, Gary, but I got to make some first. That's going to happen. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have a bunch of money, because a lot of you have in the past and now you have none, so maybe this time do it different, right? Think about what happened in the past. And all of us have had a lot of money at one time and now we have nothing, right? There's several people that were rich before and now they're broke again. So this company really wants to make sure that doesn't happen again. Isn't that fun? So this is a company that really cares, and I don't care how many times you were at the top and crashed and fell off the mountain. This time we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to get financially set and secure, and we're going to roll with that with the A-team. So making your money work for you, we talked about the best reviewed programs and strategies for growing your personal wealth through Forex, through alerts. There's been we have record-breaking crowd on the call. I don't know, there's probably 35, 45 people that have just called me and said, Gary, are you getting these signals that they send by email and on your mobile app? And I said, yes. Have you traded any of them personally? I said, 2. How'd you do? I said, I won both of them. And they said, we've won every single trade. Now, that's not going to happen always, but the signals that these guys are sending out, they're killer. They've won every single trade, and I know that won't keep up, but that's pretty exciting if you want to do some of your own stuff, right? If you know what a pip room is, a pip is an increment of up or down in the Forex market, but the people that have got in these pip rooms are saying, how professional is this? Heavy duty, real training that makes a real difference compared to what they were used to. We talked about the Wealth Generator Simplifier, the MLA Algo Pack. Now, everybody's buckled up. This is a product, and I'd probably like Michael to touch on this because he was involved in it a little more than me, but this is a product that was being shopped in the American market, and 3 or 4 companies, including our past company, was in the running to get this software, but they did background checks, they did all kinds of stuff to make sure that the people that ended up with this were the right type of people to do it. And guess who got it? Wealth generators. Folks, this Algo Pack software robot program has had no losses over a period of a day in over 2 years. Let me say that again. They trade 200 or 300 trades a day. It follows the market movements. It's a robot, automated software trading program. It has not had one losing day in 2 years, documented. I actually saw it myself in person. I take people at face value. I try to be respectful, but frankly, I've been sold a bill of goods so many times, I'm sick of it. So I just say, no offense, but you got to show me. You look really nice and you sound really nice, but frankly, I don't believe you. Nothing personal, but you got to show me the money, baby. And boy, did they. And I recorded a webinar, if some of you want to see that, where they actually went into the back office of an actual account. And Michael knows who I'm talking about. And boy, I literally fell off my chair when I saw this. I said, oh my goodness, this is going to change the entire industry. If this thing can handle the volume we can bring, it's over. This thing can be bigger than Amway. Think about that for a minute. What if it only made 5 or 10% a month, but it never lost? How many people would you tell about that? Well, I'd have to be in there for a month or 2. Great. Wait 6 months or a year. What if you're in it for a year and it never had one loss over a day's period of time? It has plenty of losses in the trades, but never closes without being in profit over a period of a day, ever, folks. How many people might you be able to get 3 and yours is free with that deal? So that's exciting, isn't it? They have equities. They have a tremendous success record with stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all kinds of stuff, gold, commodities, silver. We're going to talk about that at a later time, but they have equity alerts as well. I haven't personally done that, but I have been told and I was shown they're killer. Okay, so again, the alerts, you can mirror the experts, you get the alerts, you trade them in your own account. Okay, utilizing today's advances in technology. Wealth Generator brings the expertise of seasoned market experts directly to you, all for your monthly subscription. They don't take any of the profits out, you get all of it. How about that? Well, Gary, we've heard this before from other companies. I know. Trust me, I know, I've been there. Just wait until and we're going to show you how a lot of you that were in our old, I call it the practice company, you can get started and for $20 and try it for a month and not even have to pay for the package. We'll get you upgraded for free. How about that? So think about that for a second if you like to do the trading yourself. Okay, the Forex alerts provided by market experts. We talked about getting the signals and trying to trade it for yourself. They work on many different platforms. But this is the deal that the vast majority wants to have. They want the Simplifier hands-free trading done for you. Set it and forget it. Never miss a market trade alert, because these guys that send the signals out send it to the Simplifier. It duplicates it into your individual brokerage account. And I talked to Ryan the other day. I said, I'm sure you're watching what this is doing. I don't want to jinx it, but this thing is killing. And he goes, I know. He says, just watch. You see what's about to happen. I said, okay, now I'm getting really excited. And folks, frankly, it takes a lot to get me excited about some business deal anymore, because I've been around the block 3 times. But I am absolutely on fire about what's happening. and I can prove it. I can see it, right? That's the difference, right? So in here, your trade orders are executed immediately. Your own account, you control your money. You don't send it to some company overseas that you don't even know an address or a phone number for and hope for the best and roll the dice and buy the lotto ticket. This is your CFTC certified, regulated in the United States, your personal brokerage account. You can make it an IRA, a SEP, a Roth. I've already got a whole webinar planned on how to do a qualified plan with this stuff. So is that exciting? That's exciting. So you can turn it off and on. You say, you know, gosh, I'm at 40% margin and this thing's upside down. I don't know if it's going to turn. You can turn it off, get out of the trade. I would recommend that. I don't want to compete against these guys. Okay. Now, if they want to get on a motorcycle, that's different, but I don't want to compete with them trading. I just don't want to do that. Let the experts do their thing and go about your business, right? I love waking up. This morning, like I said, I was in profit of $1,600, $1,800. And I said, man, that's it. I didn't happen to look. There was another trade open. Okay. And those of you in the Skype room this morning following it, it was down quite a bit. And I was still up ahead overall, but it was pretty close. And I said, you know, who cares? I know enough about trading to just, let's see what happens. Well, did it ever turn? Okay. And then they closed it. So it's very exciting, folks. Some of you don't even know what I just said. It doesn't matter. You make money. That's all you got to remember. So you fully control this. You can open up a brokerage account for as little as $200 with fxsimplifier.com, based right here in the US. And it works with the MT4 platform. So you can actually have it on your phone, like those phone things I showed you from my iPhone, okay? Strategies, equities. If you want to get into the equity part, they do weekly options, the SPX, monthly momentum, S&P. You know, this is not a class or an overview. I want you to know that they have that. So if you like stocks, bonds, you know, commodities, things like that, this company has it and they're killing it with that too. Pretty exciting. So let's look at some performance. Actual average annual results for the Forex MLA, 96%. Now, folks, listen to me. I sold mutual funds and you know, advantage life insurance and annuity, you know, variable products, the whole bit for years, and you can't get anywhere near these returns. Okay, there's all kinds of hocus pocus going on with different financial products that make you think you can get most of the up when it's up and none of the down when it's down. There's always a cost if it sounds too good to be true for those products. This is actual results in your pocket, in your own trading account, documented. Okay, I'm excited. I understand. That's pretty good, right? Putting your money to work for you, there are really 3 reasons why individuals do not trade for themselves: lack of time, lack of knowledge, lack of money, and let me just add a 4th one, fear. Fear of loss. No risk, no reward. There are people, there are companies like this one that make a lot of money and can make it for you in the Forex market, but frankly, most people, I have people talk to me all the time, man, I got this trader, he does this, and he's so fantastic, and I can't get any documentation. For anybody here, I just showed you documentation. This slide right here is not one I made up. This is the company saying this. So that means it's real, right? The guys are very compliant. So, you know, you can get kind of to the 3rd triangle where you can enjoy it. Life was kind of meant for having fun, community, great adventures, family. We might start to do some trips and things. I know that it's hard to do anything without money, but what if you had some all of a sudden? Wouldn't that be exciting? So I got all kinds of plans for us after we all have some money, and you're going to love them. So incredible rewards, trips, events, and so forth. And there's a huge event in Las Vegas that's in August. We'll tell you about as time gets closer. So the 4th one is to give back. You know, I know that a lot of people go, you know, I'd love to do that, Gary, but I got no money. I can't even pay my own bills. I get it. I've been there. So what we're just telling you is this company has the whole picture. They have the whole thing. They want you to understand money, make it simply, you know, make it for you, not be very complicated, but then we want to teach you how to keep it and not get into the disaster that might have happened to you that you're in now. That is important to me as a financial planning type background guy, because everybody, it's not that tough to make money. Try keeping it, right? So I have many friends that have a lot of money. one that comes to mind is one of the founders of A.L. Williams, Bill Anderton. He told me the first time I really met him, because you think it's hard to make $1 million, Gary, try keeping it. And he went into this long dissertation about, I said, I never even thought of that. Wow. So we're going to teach you how to keep it as well. Okay. So if you learn, you can teach. At Wealth Generators, the fastest way to financial freedom is to help others discover theirs. So this part I'm going to kind of let Michael take over. Let me introduce Michael for you. Michael Alexander has been a very highly respected guy in the distance for many years with me. I've never really had met him before. I talked to him on the phone. We discussed a few companies. He respected my background. I respected his background. I said, you know, sooner or later, most guys that are around for a while, and especially the ones that are successful, usually run into each other. And sometimes it's with a good deal, and sometimes it's not. But boy, is it a good deal this time, and I really think the stars aligned when I got to work with Michael. So, Michael, I think you're unmuted, buddy. If you want to kind of take over the comp plan, we're happy to have you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gary. I'm sure I speak for everyone that's on the webinar. You just did an outstanding job. Very professional, easy to understand, easy to follow. In fact, the way that you put several things I thought was just genius, and I'm going to ask your permission to use some of the stuff you just shared, because it was good stuff.
You betcha, no problem. We're a team.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to spend some time talking about the money now, because obviously what Gary has just run through and shared with all of us is really game-changing for all of us, life-changing, because we have a product that we can share with people that they can easily see for themselves, can make them money instead of what they're used to with products costing them money. And of course, Gary, congratulations on your first week out with the Simplifier. You know, you showed over 30% returns in less than a week. You know, most people would jump up and down and shout hallelujah if they got 30% a year, let alone 30% a month, and you did it in a week. So congratulations on that. And I'm sure everyone listening and watching can't wait to get the Simplifier hooked up and working for themselves with their own brokerage account. And of course, when they start seeing the results like you were gracious enough to share with all of us here tonight, documentation does beat conversation. You show people that, like I heard you say earlier, you know, everyone wants to make money. Everyone will accept money. And of course, the beautiful thing here is that really it's like you said, set it and forget it. You know, it's an automated process, and it's really fantastic. But it lends itself very nicely to the part in our presentation for everyone here tonight, which is the business opportunity side, because obviously we don't want to keep this to ourselves. We want to share it with our family, our friends, our co-workers, people we worship with, the folks in our neighborhoods, because frankly, anyone that would see this, you know, they would need to have their head examined if they didn't want to participate and take advantage of this. And there's a great way for us to make money, you know, with the compensation plan. Now, Gary, before we get started on the comp plan, can you tell me how to advance the slides? What do I need to do?
You betcha. I'm going to probably give you the control. Now, these slides, let's make sure you've seen these before.
I have.
Okay, I can give you this, and I can also advance them for you. If you want to say, just go to the next slide, that might be good.
Sure.
Or I can actually give you.
That way you can drive and I'll talk.
You got it.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and pull up that next slide. The bonus plan, everyone, is very simple. And for me, in all the years I've been in this industry, simple is always best. Simple to understand, simple to share. And our comp plan is more than just simple. It's very, very lucrative, as you're going to see here. And the first thing here about sharing, as Gary mentioned earlier, if you share this product with a few people, really just share it with 3, and the company will guarantee your monthly subscription. So whether you choose the equities pack, which we'll show you on a slide in just a moment, is $129 a month. That's for those of us that want to do something with the stock market or the commodities futures market. And then we have the Forex package, which includes a lot of the Forex products, also the Simplifier that Gary was actually showing you his actual results on. And soon we're going to be adding the sister product, which works on the same algorithm as the Simplifier. And I'll talk a little bit about that before we're done here today, as Gary asked me to. But that's an incredible value. It's only $149 a month. However, we're running a special promotion right now, and for this month and next month, it's the same price as the equities pack, which is $129. Now, for those of us that want to be product of the products, because we're going to represent this to other people, or we just want to trade in the stocks, commodities, and Forex, if that's the case, there is the option to do what we call the all-in pack. But rather than paying for two separate subscriptions, they bundle them and reduce the price dramatically. You can get all the products, both of the packages, the equities and the Forex, for only $199. And again, if you share that with as few as 3 people, those subscribers will guarantee your monthly subscription, regardless of which package you chose. You could choose the all-in package for $199, and by sharing this with just a few others, just 3, generating 400 in PV, because the equities pack or the Forex pack, like we were talking about, has 100 PV attached. Of course, if you choose the all-in package, it's actually 150 PV. But again, you only need 400 PV in a month to get your subscription paid for. And so the company will reimburse you the cost of your subscription, because we want to be legally compliant, and it's not legal in the United States to actually just cancel the subscription, meaning give it to you for free. We just change money. You pay for your subscription, the company gives you the money back. Now, of course, where it gets very exciting is if we teach other people to do the same thing, because by teaching them to do what we just talked about, they're not only going to get their subscription covered as well, but it's going to put you in a position with just 1,300 in group volume. Now, that needs to be within 3 sales teams. So you would want to refer a minimum of 3. And as long as that 1,300 is spread out equally amongst those 3, that's going to guarantee you $500 a month in residual income. Now, think about that for a moment, because on $1,300 of group volume, and you're getting your Forex package covered, which is $149, or if you did the all-in package, it's $199, plus the $500 is at least $650 to $700 value to us for $1,300 in volume. Folks, that's at least a 50% or better commission. And frankly, you just don't see any company in the direct sales industry paying people those kinds of percentages when they're getting started in a business. But frankly, that is the most important time to really pay the money, because when people get started, that's when they need to make money. And obviously, when they make money, they get excited. And when they can show other people how to do exactly the same thing, they're going to help other people make that money, and that's going to put them in a position to double that monthly residual income from $500 to $1,000 just by generating $4,000 in group volume. You know, that's less than 39 subscriptions plus yours, even if they subscribe to the lesser priced monthly subscription. The Forex package, $149, has 100 PV. Obviously, you'd need less than 39 people plus your own if some of those people actually purchase the all-in pack. So it's a really phenomenal comp plan coming out of the gate. But of course, it gets much, much better. And we're going to go through some of the rest of the comp plan here tonight so that we can share that with you, because there's many different ways that we get paid. But as our subscription base is growing, that monthly income is growing, and you can go from $500 to $1,000 like we just talked about and showed you on this slide. And by going to the next level and producing $10,000 in group volume, you're going to double your income again. You're going to go from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And that's really cool, because you do the percentages. That's a very high percentage to pay out on group volume, other people's subscriptions. And of course, it doesn't stop there. That guaranteed monthly income, as your subscription base grows, can pay you tens of thousands of dollars a month. $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. And again, that's just one way that we get paid. Gary, let's go on to the next slide. Now, what we want to run through here with you is a very simple, proven system. I'm going to be the tour guide for you, and we have some incredible tools, and we'll keep going through these slides one at a time as we go through this slide by slide to help you really get your mind wrapped around this compensation. So we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Another way that we get paid with wealth generators is what we call the qualified generator. Now, this is just a one-time purchase for $105. This is going to give you access to the live PIP rooms where we have our trading experts teaching and training. You're going to find, as Gary has already shared, that these individuals are so professional. They're really master traders, and you're going to learn so much from that. But it also puts you in an income earning position with the company, because obviously the people on your team are going to want to get all of the benefits that come with the qualified generator. And of course, one of the benefits is the compensation. You get a $35 bonus on all the people that you've personally introduced the business to that purchases this $105 qualified generator pack. And that also generates $5 paid up through 4 levels. Now, as we go to the next slide, you'll see that we also, as a part of the qualified generator, get to take advantage of profit-sharing pools. And there's actually 8 pools altogether. And as we hit higher and higher ranks, we get to participate in all of those pools if we go to the top of the plan. So as you hit the first leadership rank, you're in the first pool. You hit the next rank, now you're getting paid in 2 pools. As you go to the next rank, 3, and so on until you get all the way up to 8. And this is part of the overall global volume that's being generated through the compensation plan. Now, just a moment ago, I was talking about the different packages and how to get started today. You know, whether you choose the equity pack, the FX Algo Pack, or the all-in pack, you see the prices down there at the bottom, $129, $149, $199. Once again, the center pack, the FX Algo Pack, special promotional price right now. It's not $149 this month or next month. It's only $129. So let's go to the next slide. This is something that I have found really excites everyone I've shared it with, because, you know, like Gary, I have spent a lot of money with a lot of different companies and their fancy products. I mean, literally, I've spent thousands of dollars buying something that they promised me was going to do all these wonderful things, only to be disappointed. And maybe you've had the same experience. And I figured out after I did that a couple of times why those companies are charging such big money up front, because their product doesn't work. Well, as you've seen already, that's not how it works here at Wealth Generators. We don't have to pay thousands of dollars to try it to see if we like it. They give us the products. All we have to do is pay a small monthly subscription. It's not a contract. You can start or you could stop it anytime you choose to. But of course, why would you ever stop it when you're making that kind of money? However, just for peace of mind, look at this guarantee. We guarantee that if you try our service, you use these products, which we're giving you the products, we're just charging a small monthly fee, which you can get covered just by referring something that works to a few people. But just in case you're wondering, what if it doesn't work? Well, the company guarantees that they're going to pay you back your monthly subscription. Now, we're showing $149, but you would substitute $129 if you chose the equities pack, $149 obviously if you chose the FX pack, or if you chose the all-in, it'd be $199. But they're not going to just give you all your money back if you don't make a profit. They're going to give you 3 times your money back. Now, this is a triple risk-free guarantee in writing from Wealth Generators. I've never seen anything like this before, and I'm sure you haven't either. So let's go on to the next slide. When you look at the math using Wealth Generators Forex program, if you take the column here on the left, that monthly subscription for the equities pack is $129. Now, this is illustrating if you were doing a demo trade for 6 months, and what your total cost would be The money that you would spend over 6 months would be a total of $779 plus the $50 Forex trading. Obviously, you'd need some capital to open up a live account, but no capital is needed for a demo account. So the total cost to you would be $829. Now, if you submit your account documents, even though you haven't traded any money, but you have been working with what we're providing you, even though it's a demo account, obviously, when you look at the bottom line number here, your profit, if everything went wrong, meaning that you never risk a dime, but you use the product or service, but the demo account still didn't show you a profit, the company's still going to give you triple your money back if you don't show a profit, even with the demo account, even though you've not even risked a dime. I mean, how good is that? Now, of course, that's not what we encourage people to do. We encourage people to do like Gary did, like I've done, to open up a brokerage account and put some money in it. Even if you don't have $50,000 or $100,000 or maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest, the business can help you get to that point where you can invest that kind of money. But some people might only be able to start with $250. That's okay. If you can do more, but you can add to it at any time because it's your account. You can put money in, you can take money out as you see. Now, obviously, with the column here on the right side, again, monthly subscription multiplied times 6 months is $779. You add to that your investment of $50. Let's say you open the account with $1,000. Your total cost $1,829. You submit your account documents showing that you had a loss, you didn't make a profit. What's the company going to do? They're going to give you triple your money back, which is $2,339.82. You subtract what you actually were out of pocket, including the $1,000. You're still in profit, even if everything goes wrong. Now, of course, that's not why we're getting into this. None of us, not to make a profit, but certainly the company knows that we're going to make a profit. That's why they can give a guarantee like that. But I'm just showing you, if you wanted to be the devil's advocate, I don't know who came up with that term, but I think we're all familiar with it. If you wanted to be the devil's advocate here and show worst case scenario, if everything went wrong, how you're still going to put money in your pocket at the end of 6 months with this triple your money back guarantee, who can argue with that? But let's go on to something that I think is actually a lot more positive to talk about in the next slide. That's good. Go ahead and go on to the next slide, because obviously we've all come to a point of realization, I think at this point, to really start focusing on living our life and getting the returns. Now, I'm going to let you wrap up the call here, Gary, with these last few slides, but wanted to be sure I didn't miss any, because I thought there was a slide in here that actually showed the pools, but I think everyone was following me. But I want to finish explaining the compensation plan, because there's a part of the compensation plan I haven't mentioned yet. In addition to that guaranteed monthly income, which can be substantial, starting at $500, going up to tens of thousands, 50, 60,000 a month. In addition to that, there is a compensation side of our business, which is a Unilevel compensation plan. A Unilevel plan with compression that can pay you down 9 generations, not 9 levels, but 9 generations with compression. And folks, if you've been in the industry like I have as many years, and you've really become kind of a student of the industry, and you've seen what works and what doesn't work, and historically what has worked the best, the biggest incomes in this industry of direct sales are coming from, or have come from, the Unilevel compensation plan. But the reality is that many people never stick around long enough to really build a big team. And it's understandable why. When you look at traditional direct sales companies, when people are asked to buy a product they may think they don't need or want, and it's a brand that no one's ever heard of, and it's a product that's priced higher than similar products in the marketplace, and if people are challenged to market that, who's surprised at that? And if they can't sell those products, and they're not going to keep spending that money every month, and so they quit. I call that addition subtraction. What we've shared with you here tonight that's so exciting is that we can help people get in the money. Use a product that's going to make them money, share those real results, those profits. Everybody's going to want to take advantage of exactly the same thing that you and I are taking advantage of. And so we're in an addition business. I'm not saying that everyone is never going to quit, because quitters do quit. I'm talking about the majority of people. Who would quit when you're making money? And who's not going to tell people if you're making money? And the reality is, when you start looking at the numbers that can accrue through a 9-generation Unilevel, plus that monthly guaranteed income based on the subscriptions, and with the Unilevel, you're getting paid a minimum of $4 to $6 per subscriber in your entire organization, you could wind up having a lot of people. Now, if we just focus, because the minimum is 3 that we need, if 3 get 3, that's 3, 9. They get 3, that's 27. What's 3 times 27? And then what's 3 times 81? Or an easier way to do the math for me is using a multiple of 5. 5, 25, 125, 625, 3,125 times 5 again is over 15,000. And folks, we haven't even got halfway through the Unilevel. Before you know it, with this compensation plan with the Unilevel, you could literally have tens of thousands of people, even hundreds of thousands of people that you're earning a commission on every month, plus your guaranteed income, plus the money from the qualified generator. Folks, I tell people this is the most fair and the most equitable and the most lucrative compensation plan I've seen in my entire time in this industry, which is coming up on 30 years. Not only that, this is a compensation plan that rewards the most important people that's ever going to join your business and our business, and that's the new person. To help that new person get into the money, significant money right away, is so important. And I love the way that this comp plan has been designed to make that happen, and obviously take care of us as leaders that are going to be here long term, that are going to build huge organizations that are literally going to span the globe, because this is a global opportunity. And just in closing, before I turn it back to you, Gary, very soon now we're going to be introducing yet another algorithm product, which the folks that designed this product literally spent over 15 years. It took a team of top mathematicians, Forex experts, IT geniuses working with a lot of money and a lot of time to figure out how to duplicate or mimic how the banks are trading in the Forex market, which you saw Gary's slide, over $7 trillion every day, mostly traded by the banks. They're trading in the arbitrage with liquidity accounts. That means, very simply, they're buying both long and short positions. This other product, the MLA product, that's how it works. It's buying long and short positions. Like Gary said, it's trading 200 to 400 times a day, 24 hours a day, because somewhere in the world there's always a market open. And to consistently close out every day with a profit, like it's done for the last 2 years in beta test before it was brought to market, I am so excited that we're with a company that was selected out of 6 months of vetting all of these significant companies, and some maybe not so significant companies, but literally looking into the Forex marketplace to find the right company, the right people with that company to bring this product to market that's going to change lives. And we're the company that has it. Big Forex institutions literally were willing to pay tens of millions of dollars for this product not to even be brought to market, because it's that disruptive a technology. Can you imagine we're putting the power in the hands of any person, an average person, to get these kind of returns? This is the opportunity that we have in front of us, and I hope you seize it. I'm sure you will. Gary, with that being said, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thanks, buddy. It's truly the opportunity of a lifetime, and knowing what we know and we're being where we've been, it's exciting what's happening, but what's coming is just beyond belief. So it's really the time to build right now and expose people if you're into that. So appreciate, buddy. Thanks for getting on, and look forward to working with you in the future. It's going to be great. Okay, let's do this, everybody. Let's wrap this up and kind of talk a little bit about a couple other things regarding support, which I think is so important. For those of you that were with our team, which is most everybody, the hundreds that are on this call, we have a special arrangement that Michael was able to help me arrange with the company, and that is, if you're coming over from the other company with us, we're going to pay for your packet. Bottom line, there's some people in the upline that were so gracious to offer to do that to get us to come over. I was coming anyway, frankly, but I thought we'd try to go to bat for you guys. But basically, the way you do that, if you are a former team member, you just go to your sponsor site, select Get Started. There's a generator thing you can choose. It's $20. Click Agree. Skip to the next page where the packets are. Don't get a packet. Just hit Continue. Go to the last page. Fill out your information and you're done. Tell your sponsor that you've signed up. We have a special sheet that goes to corporate, to our special contact that Michael and I work with there, and she upgrades everybody that's supposed to be every 24 to 48 hours, and we have till the 23rd to get everybody over here to get the $20 deal. So that's going to end soon. I don't think I can buy any more time after that because this was extended from the first deal. So let me tell you about what a lot of people have said legendary, and I really am proud of this part, but our communications and support. Some of you know I was in Special Forces, Army Ranger, Green Beret, all that stuff in the Army way a long time ago. And I learned a lot about teamwork and helping people. And we're really big on bringing everybody with us. And what I mean in business sense is to bring everybody along and support you and help you so everybody makes money, not just the leaders or the people that recruit. We have a tremendous Skype room with way more people. This is an older slide. We have an awesome Facebook page. We have, the Skype and all that working literally 24 hours, wonderful people, admins in there. So we're overdoing it with support. Also, there's an incredible mobile app for both Google, Android, and for Apple that I don't even really look at anything but the app anymore. It's unbelievable the way it works. You can trailer, everything works on it. Go to your app store and download it just under Wealth Generators. It's a fantastic tool. This was something that we weren't used to, huh, Michael? Live customer service that'll actually answer the phone and help you, and they're outstanding, wonderful people. They really care. I walked in a room when I did my first tour of the corporate. Ryan, the CEO, Ryan Smith, he took me in his room and I said, who are all these people? He says, these are your support center. I said, you actually have live support people? I almost fell off on the floor when he said that, and introduced me to most of them, and they're just wonderful people. The company has got it together, folks. They know exactly what we need to do to build this really big. We have a special thing for our team as well, because again, if this keeps going and you make money, not just somebody that shows you on a screen, but if you make money, you're going to want to share it with people. So we have a special deal that we've arranged with a company that will do a fantastic landing page for you with updated information. These are some of the pages that are on it. Get together with the person that got you on the call to find out about how to get that. It's $99 one time, includes updates, and there's no monthly fee. It's a tremendous tool. I've got 11 or 12 people from that personally myself. So we're well on our way. Liftoff's been achieved. The timing is perfect. Everything's not here, including the MLA pack, but you kind of want to be here just before that gets here, like all of us are, right? If you know what I'm saying, because you want to have a whole bunch of people exposed to what's happening already when that product hits, and boy, it's going to cause a worldwide earthquake when that thing starts going live. So the leadership's really open now, the window. You need to put a plan in place to take advantage of the moment. I've been there twice in my career before. This is the third time, and I know what it feels like, and we're in it. It's really happening. So people that get on it now and work hard and make money, both in the trading, and again, this is all optional for the recruiting part, but those of you that do want to build a team, you're at the right team to do that, because that's all I'm about. Supporting people, helping them. If they want to just trade and make money and watch their thing grow, we love you too. But we really want to help you build a team and get two sources of income, not just your trading. So this is one of my favorite heroes in life, Muhammad Ali. Those of you know he passed away a couple months ago or a few weeks ago. But it's lack of faith that makes people afraid of meeting challenges. And let me kind of just touch on that a second. A lot of people on this call have been around for a long time. and you've had companies break your heart. You've had companies lie to you. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into companies just to let them turn their back on you, and it rips your heart out when that happens, and you don't know if you can get back up again. But believe me, those of you do that like on professional baseball like I do, if you get in the batter's box and you notice these professional players that play for years, when they get in that box, they look at the pitches coming at them, and they can pretty much tell if it's going to be high, slider, inside, and so forth, maybe a curveball. So the longer you're in this game that we're in, the more you can see pitches coming at you and identify them. Things like, do they have customer service? Do they have a better business bureau rating? You know, all these questions you'll learn how to ask as time goes on. Folks, this is the real deal. We finally found it, and I'm really happy for all of us, because you got to stay in the batter's box, because you're never going to even hit a single if you take your bat and go home. So try to get excited one more time. Be patient, you know, be cautiously optimistic. Let's let this thing transcribe and develop as it does together as a team. And I promise you, plug into the Skype room, plug into the Facebook page, get on all the trainings, the webinars, look into the corporate stuff. Just kind of let yourself believe one more time, because this is going to pay off. I feel it in my bones. It's already doing that. So the Simplifier and the MLA Algo Pack are really category creators, and they're happening right before our eyes. Some of you won't know this for months down the road, saying, boy, I remember those first couple webinars. We heard about all this stuff, and I kind of didn't pay attention. Pay attention to what we're showing you on this webinar. This is something that's absolutely going to happen, frankly, without some of you or with you. So if you have any other questions, I'd love to spend just the last couple minutes maybe. I'm ready to do this. I think you know that. I'm here to help. I'll go out of my way to help people. And Michael's a tremendous support person. We've got inside connections at the home office. We got everything you need to be successful here. You just need to have the want to. So let me see if I can answer any other questions. I've been answering a lot of them on the chat room as we've been going through the call and when Michael was talking. So let's see here. A lot of thank yous, and Jim excited, and we're excited for you. Let's see, I got my Simplifier turned on 2 days ago. I'm up $1,800 with, okay, I don't want to get into the personal stuff, but okay, that's fantastic. Okay, good for you, Bill. Super duper. I know you're excited. Let's see here. Some people are asking about issues with the old company. That's a private conversation, but it's pretty obvious. Just check on Facebook or whatever is happening over there. A lot of people asking what other countries can you recruit in. Pretty much any of them. That 800 number that I gave you, they're fantastic with any questions. If you can't reach your upline or somebody, call the company and they'll tell you what countries are open. Let's see here. How often, let's see, how often are you going to do these webinars? I'm going to do a couple training sessions and record them on specific parts. Maybe go through a routine of setting up the Simplifier, even though the videos are pretty simple. Of course, recruiting issues, pretty much how to set up your brokerage account. All that's super simple, but I'll be doing lots of that, yes. And okay, Phil, that's good. You got the earphones going. That's good. Let's see. Oh, all kinds of questions now. Let's see. So a lot of people are just flat out jacked up. It's nice to see real profits and real results instead of hype and conjecture. I agree with you, Bill. Okay, let's see. That's pretty much it. I want to make sure that people know the distinction. Okay, yes, the distinction between the Simplifier and the MLA Algo Pack. The Algo Pack is a package that you subscribe to, unless you're from our old team, that includes a Simplifier subscription. It's already included. There's no extra cost. So I hope that answers that. The Algo MLA Pack, the one we talked about so much that's never lost in 2 years, that's a product that's not here yet. It's actually is here, but they're still testing it. They want to make sure, they want to have a minimum account size, and they're doing all kinds of, I love the fact that they test everything. But that thing is going to be included in the All-In Pack, which is the one of the ones that you saw. And let's see here. Oh, yes. Haven't heard me this excited for a while. That's because we got the real deal. I'm excited when everybody else makes money. You know, not just the recruiters. That it doesn't work like that. You've got to have the whole team make money. Everybody's got to be excited, and the thing just goes crazy. And that is exactly what's happening. So let's see here. Any other questions we couldn't get to? Um, let's see here. Any other questions we couldn't get to on the webinar that you registered for? It'll have my email address. Feel free to ask any other questions. We're very big on keeping who invited you to the company, that line of sponsorship intact, so I'm really big on that. So I think you know what I mean by that. And boy, we have a record number of people on the call. So I hope this helped. I hope this gave you a little idea of why we're so excited about wealth generators, and anything we can do to help. We're here to do it, and we are going to do it. So again, thanks everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you again, Michael, for getting on. We appreciate all of you, and we look forward to the future. I look forward to tomorrow morning when I turn on my phone and see how much I made. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.